Hi guys, hello everyone. I think you can hear me. Hopefully, I don't know what is happening, but hopefully you can hear me. It's a weird opening for a tea time. Uh, we are live from Paris, from windy Paris today. Actually, um, took me about 4 hours to come here to get here because the trains were all stopped because of stuff on the tracks and things like that. But anyway, Paris, where Paris Games Week started today, we have a presence here on the business side of the event, which is called the Game Connection. Paris Games Week is just a weekend of games up here in the main halls. You'll see huge booths for Nintendo, Sega, Microsoft, Warner Brothers. Everyone has a big, large booth where lots of people are playing games and showing stuff. There's an expectation of about 100,000 people over the weekend. But Game Connection is this event that I'm just walking through now, which is basically business deals between developers and publishers. So Alberto, more specifically, has been listening to a lot of pitches from all sorts of development studios. There have been pitching games all day long. Personally, here I am looking for opportunities in the co-development and outsourcing and all sorts of other services that are related to the development of games. Game Connection is an event that's been going on for a long time, and it's sort of cool because it's quiet enough, although maybe you can hear a lot of background noise. It's quiet enough that you can sit down for quietly with partners and have a nice discussion. But it's also busy enough that there's a lot of people, a lot of business people doing deals and such. So it's about, I don't know, there's like about 400 people exhibiting or showing games, and all the publishers are here. So every big publisher in the world is here. So I'm here for this next couple of days, and then back to the office on Monday. You guys can probably see that later on today we'll have during this tea time we'll have a chat about ICBM with Julia and Marco presenting from our office. I can see in the background, other than Michele directing this, I can see Enzo and newcomer Andrea started today as well. Welcome, Andrea, to the team. And guys, I have to thank everyone who played the demo of Stargate. Last week we had this event, the Stargate event, which left such positive vibes in all the team. Having Martin Wood at the event was something like really cool. I have to say that it was one of the best guests we've ever had in any of our shows, and he's also been so cool that he was really helpful in giving us a lot of advice, a lot of help. So again, thank you, Martin, for showing up and come and see us in Milan. If you guys want, you can still get the demo until, I don't know if we're going to leave it after the game releases. I hope yes. I hope that it will stay there because the feedback we're getting about episode 1 is very positive, but also because it's a very good entry to the game and its world. So very happy about the results so far. About 25,000 people played the demo so far. Lots of feedback, lots of input for what people expect on the game, and a lot of new wish lists. So hopefully you guys have liked what you've played and will get the game. Pre-orders also started, so you can pre-order the game right now. And whilst we are here in Paris, you can enjoy some some time with this game developed by Slitherine, our Slitherine office in Poland, or development studio in Poland. The same guys that are developing Ancient Arenas, believe it or not. In the meantime, this was the intro to today's tea time. Enzo gave me 10 minutes. I said that 10 minutes is going to be too long, so give me, okay, you can do 7 minutes. So I'm about to drop and send give the line back to the studio, and Julia. Marco is very, very, very excited about this tea time, but he's also very nervous. So if you're in the chat and you want to make him even more uncomfortable, ask him loads of questions about the ICBM, so that he can, get even more nervous. I hope that you enjoy this episode of Tea Time, and I will see you guys on next week at direct live from Milan, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I don't think that you expected this Julia and this Marco here. There is another Julia and another Marco, because the strategy of the company is to hire just like Marcos and Julias, I guess.
The DLC.
Yes. So new Julia, and most of all, new Marco. I think that this is your first time.
Yeah. I'm here 2 years now, but
yeah,
it's the first time here. So
huge, a big UP for you. So we are here basically to talk about one important thing that happened last week. I really hope that you didn't miss the chance to see this, but in case you missed that, you might want to see this thing. Whoa, so big news here today. First thing, thank you, Marco, because you were the creator together with Miki and Enzo and someone else.
And also the devs.
Yes, absolutely, of this beautiful video. So the announcement for today is, last week, I guess.
Yeah, by Friday, I think.
Friday, yes, is that we are working to ICBM Escalation. And to talk about that today, I think that we have one of the devs.
Yeah, it's Travis.
Travis, yes. I don't know if he's already here with us. Hello, hi Travis. Hello, so welcome, and thanks for joining us today to talk about this beautiful product that is coming very soon. We saw coming in 2024. And so we are super excited. Are you excited of that?
Yeah, here we go.
Big stuff, big stuff.
I saw that the community is so excited about ICBM, so I think you should be proud.
Yes, everybody was waiting for that. And so, Marco, do you want to start? I think that this small chat with Travis.
Yeah, we have a bunch of questions for you. The first one is, how did you get involved in the ICBM series?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of interesting. I actually started out as a modder, so All of this actually kind of goes back to me one day. I was browsing through the Steam Workshop, just looking at different mods, and there's this one mod that adds a bunch of new states to the game, and I was looking at it, and I said, you can't blow up North Korea. So I ended up adding North Korea to the game, and then just kind of spiraled out of control from there. So ended up making like a big overhaul mod. I guess that grabbed lead dev's attention, and then things just kind of went from there. So yeah.
Cool. What kind of vision do you have for the game? What kind of experience do you want to give to the players?
Yeah, so what I'm kind of angling for with ICBM Escalation is I want to give people kind of like a full-blown like World War III experience, right? Like you look at other war games, they either focus on all the conventional stuff or they focus like solely on the nuclear stuff, kind of like DEF CON does. But I wanted to give people like a full-blown, like visceral World War III experience that doesn't pull any punches, right?
Okay. And what kind of difference can we expect between the first ICBM and the new one?
Okay, so the new one is going to have a lot more features, like the kind of the breadth and the scope of it is a lot more in depth. So for example, we've kind of got the technology is broken down into generations now. So a good example of this is in the first game, for fighter jets, you kind of had three generations. So you had like the earlier ones, which was F4 Phantoms and Harriers, I believe. Whereas with the new one, you could kind of advance and go up to like F-15s, F-18s, and then the last generation would be F-22s and F-35s. But with the new one, you start all the way at the beginning. So we're talking like F-86 Super Sabres, no missiles, guns only, and then you have to like work your way up until eventually you're, fielding like F-22s and NGADs that like have like lasers and like hypersonic missiles and all this other crazy stuff. So definitely a lot more granular. We're also looking at a lot more in terms of like features. So in this screenshot here, you can see we got a spy plane there. So we're definitely kind of clamping down on the Cold War theme. So reconnaissance and sensors are going to have a much greater role. You can also see we've got the army base there with how I've had it kind of looks like a hospital, but so conventional warfare is definitely going to play a much larger role in the game. So with the last one, basically it was just kind of like 0 to 100 really fast, just a big nuclear exchange. But this time around, there's going to be a lot more focus on capturing territory, kind of showing restraint with your nukes. Like if you want to capture something, obviously you don't want to turn it into a parking lot first, right? So, but yeah, a lot more depth.
Okay. And what is the feature you are most excited about?
There's a lot. Well, it's kind of hard to pick one just because there's so much more that's going on now. Something that I'm really excited for, though, is the co-op versus mode that we're going to be putting in. Still kind of a work in progress, so I'm not sure how much I want to say about that. But we do have kind of big plans for that. So I'll just kind of like go into detail for that for those that don't know, which is like nobody because I've barely talked about this. So with the co-op versus mode, the basic idea is you basically have a bunch of people playing as the same faction at the same time. So in the old ICBM, you could form alliances. For example, like if you want to have like North America and Europe as one team, you could do that and kind of play together and stab each other in the back if you felt that was something you wanted to do. But in co-op versus, all 5 players would be playing as, say, America or the Russians or China all at the same time. And then you would have to like work together as a team to accomplish your objectives. So you're in charge of, say, all of the missile silos, another one in charge of the Navy, one in charge of the Air Force, one in charge of the armies, and so on and so forth. So you kind of get that that Cold War experience where you're actually the guy that's in charge of the missiles, or you're actually like the chief of the Air Force or the lead admiral for the Navy or something like that.
Okay, and a difficult question. What's the the most challenging or complicated thing about the development of a new game?
Yeah, so with ICBM, there's a lot of moving parts. It is fairly complex, especially with all the new kind of granularity and features that we're adding. But something in particular that's been a little bit difficult about it is it's based in real life, but we don't really have a reference point for it. Because, if you look around, you can see that there hasn't really been a whole lot of nuclear war going on, which is, probably a good thing. But, yeah. So yeah, it is kind of hard to say how it would actively play out, but the good news is we're probably not going to find out, and if it does, it's probably not going to matter, so yeah.
That's true. Can we remind to the community, well, to the people that are on the in the stream right now, if you want to ask something to Travis, just drop your question in the chat, and we will read it to Travis, and we will try to give you an answer. In the meantime, is there something from the chat that you feel like?
Yeah, there is a question from Beamslam, and he asks, what time period is it set in?
Okay, so that's a bit of an interesting question. So ICBM kind of takes place all over the place. I can't speak English right now. Yeah, so it kind of goes throughout the ages. So like I was saying before, like with the F-86s and the fighters, you'll start out at the very beginning of the Cold War, and which time period it takes place in really kind of depends on how long you play it. So at the beginning, you'll start it in the 1950s, very basic weapons. So, ICBMs that take like 6 hours to fuel up, very inaccurate weapons, early fighter jets, short-range bombers. And then, as things progress and you unlock more technologies, it's kind of like Civilization, where you start off early and then you kind of work your way up. That being said, we do have plans for a single-player campaign and a couple scenarios within that, so that'll kind of like take you through the ages. So not to get too much into that, so I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, again, with the campaign, you'll also kind of like be fighting throughout the ages as well. So you start with the Korean War and kind of make your way through the Cold War until you eventually reach modern day.
And in the meantime, just a quick reminder on that, we have just released the first devlog, right?
Yeah, today.
Today, yes, this
like
afternoon.
Like 2 hours ago.
Okay, so if you are curious about ICBM Escalation and you want more info, just go on our website, on the Steam store page, and find out more through the first devlog, the first of a long series of devlogs, right?
Yeah, we have we have planned a lot of dev diaries for the future.
So, well, go there and see and read the first one. Any other things from the chat that we want to? We need an answer on. Well, there are a lot actually.
There is one from Major Alvega. Asks, is AMX Pluton in the game?
AMX Pluton. Yeah, so we don't have any plans for like any specific named weapons per se. Like they're all getting like generic identifiers, just because of the way the kind of progression system is set up. Like in a lot of ways, it is kind of like alt history. But even though the weapons won't have particular names, you will definitely be able to recognize some of them. The Sire Bomb comes to mind.
Okay, yeah. I love Beamslam saying, "I hope some aliens come in and save us." That's nice. That's maybe like a DLC.
Yeah, for the first DLC, we can do aliens.
Yes, for the game. Okay, so
yeah, don't worry. We're gonna have nuclear anti-satellite weapons, so the aliens can't save us either. So yeah, good times.
Yeah. Okay, so Travis, I just want to thank you for today, and I think that we will have plenty of time to get another chat in the future months. As it was in the video, and as we already said, the game is planned for 2024. So stay tuned and stay with us for future sneak peeks on the game and future updates on the game and on the release. So thank you very much, Travis, for being with us today, and speak very soon.
Thank you, Travis.
All right, awesome.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks.
So here with us again, and I saw other people saying he doesn't look like Marco. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't have a Speedo calendar, so I don't know.
You are like a new version, a Marco 2.0. Who knows?
New but not improved, probably.
We don't say that to Marco. Okay, I think that I have just one more thing to say about the stream schedule of the week. Since I am not Marco and he is not Marco, we don't have the schedule of the week, but what we can tell you is to go on our Twitch channel and see the schedule there, and you will see everyone streaming everything. So keep following Slitherine Twitch channel to see our games streamed by beautiful and fantastic people. And so thanks for staying with us. I hope that we were like a good replacement for Marco today. And
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We hope so. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
The attraction towards new experiences is powerful. Alienware gear isn't made to resist that pull. It's made to accelerate it, to transport you to new places where you can embrace difference and leave familiar behind, bringing you ever closer to the ultimate experience. See you on the other side.